This is Sugar Dolls Factory. Let's welcome our teacher, Daniela Cabrera Godinez.
Hello, welcome to the season finale of Sugar Dolls Factory. This is Daniela Cabrera, and today we are going to finish the doll we made in episode number 5. If you can remember, I made the body of this beautiful doll. She could be the Zoe's mom. Yes, why not? And we saw different techniques and the internal structures to make dolls, stand-up dolls. So today we're going to finish this beautiful doll. We will be focusing all the class to the head, the face, because it has a lot of details. So I hope you enjoy this class. We will also make different hairstyles for your dolls, not only one. So you can change when you need something different. You can change and make different hairstyles for your dolls. So I hope you enjoy again this class. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all your comments, all your beautiful messages, and don't forget that we will come back with season number 2 in August. So we will be posting in these days the next season schedule, so you can save the date and, well, keep practicing, and let's start with our class. Okay, so this is the supplies list we will need today for our class. If I use something else, you will see during the class. So please take a screenshot so you can have all your supplies ready to work. Okay, let's start. You can either use a styrofoam egg shape or a styrofoam ball to make the head. It doesn't matter. It's going to be hidden under the fondant. This is the skin tone fondant that we used for the body. And a toothpick, okay? This is shortening, and the first thing is to prepare the egg or the ball by pressing on both sides and on the bottom, so we can have or achieve a oval shape. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to introduce the toothpick like this, so I can hold my head while I'm working with it, so I can avoid touching the fondant. Okay, well, this is shortening. I am putting a little bit all around the styrofoam so the fondant can stick to it. If you don't put the shortening, the fondant will fall. Okay, so the next step is to take a small amount of skin tone fondant, the same size of the egg or of the ball. Okay, now you have to roll a little bit, extend the fondant in an oval shape like this, not too thin, not too thick, and we will only cover one side of the egg. Okay, this is going to be the face of our doll. Don't worry about the behind, because we will cover with the hair. So right now we will only focus to the front part. As you can see, I am trying to smooth all these sides of the head or the face, and I am using shortening in my fingers so I can smooth very easily. If you don't use enough shortening, you can damage the fondant. Right now I am trying to make the chin for my doll, just trying to mark everything. I am going to check the middle part of the face, and I'm going to press with something cylindrical like this, just to mark where the eyes of my doll are going to be set. Okay, now with my fingers I am pressing a little bit, just a little bit, to mark both sides of the egg, of the eyes, where they are going to be, and I am smoothing a little bit, just like this. Just pay too much attention to these movements because they are very important. Okay, now we are going to put a small or add a small piece of fondant. This is the middle part. Okay, so from this part to this part I'm going to check the middle, and that's it, and then again the middle. In this part I'm going to put the nose. This is going to be for the nose, okay, of my doll. Now I'm going to smooth a little bit with my Dresden, just like this. Okay, this is going to be only the internal structure. Okay, we will cover this with like a skin, so we can hide everything that we made to mark all the face, all the parts of the face. Okay, now I am taking a little bit more of fondant, just like this, and I am going to cut small pieces, okay, like this, and I'm going to use for the ears in both sides. Check that they are at the same height. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit more fondant to put my doll in there, the face, while I'm working with the other part of fondant. And now I am going to take two small parts of white fondant like this, very small, and these are going to be the eyeballs. Okay, and I'm putting these on the eye sockets, just like this. This is one technique that I use sometimes. The other option is that you open the eye sockets and then introduce small portions of white fondant. That's another technique that you can use, and it's also very good. But I personally like this one because it saves me a little bit of time while I'm modeling. So I am extending a little bit of fondant to make the skin, to cover what I did, because I don't want to waste more time trying to smooth all the unions of the nose and everything. So with this I am going to cover, try to make it very soft. We will be touching very smooth. I am using more shortening because I feel my hands dry. Look how I am trying to push the fondant to the back. Okay, just be sure that you didn't left any bubble of air inside, because sometimes we leave bubbles of air, and that's very annoying because you are working and then you find that there is an air bubble, and at the end you have to open with something, but we will try to avoid that. Okay, now I am marking only just a little bit the ears and trying to smooth the fondant all around like this with my fingers and with the Dresden. If you are not very confident, you can use the Dresden. Okay, and now I am marking the nose just like this. Okay, only with small touches like this, and now I am pushing up the tip of the nose and smoothing both sides so I can get a nice shape for the nose of my doll. Okay, just like this. So we don't have enough time to check out the details, so now I am only opening the nostrils, the in the bottom of the nose, and again I am trying to mark on both sides just like this, and pushing a little bit the fondant. Try to smooth both sides just a little bit. Okay, all of these you have to make with smooth movements. You have to be very patient, because this is about patience, and try to make a good shape for the nose. I recommend that you watch first and then you'll try. Okay, so you can check all the movements that I am making with my Dresden. I am only trying to mark a little bit more the nose, just like that, until I see that it looks good. Okay, so I think, okay, this is the middle part, and I am only marking with a very tiny ball tool, so I can start with the lips. Okay, this is going to be like what I'm going to take as direction to make the lips. So as you can see, I only cut with a scissors, with a manicure scissors, to open both lips, or to open the mouth. And now I am smoothing a little bit with my Dresden and pushing up both sides of the line that I previously marked, and then I am pushing or smoothing all around like this. You can also use a ball tool, another ball tool, a bigger one, to smooth on the sides and try to mark a little bit more the heart shape of the lips. Okay, now I am inserting my Dresden like this on both sides. If you can see, you can mark very fast. And now I am pushing just a little bit to make the lower lip. And now look very carefully, or watch the position of the Dresden. Okay, pay attention to that, because it's all about the position on the Dresden while you are making the lips. It's very important. Now I am only smoothing, but by this position on your Dresden, you are already marking the chin. Okay, now smoothing a little bit more, marking both sides like this. And with this part of the Dresden, I am making the edges of the mouth, just like this. Let's try to open a little bit more. Okay, you only have to check that it's looking okay. Smooth with your fingers. And now the eyes, I am again marking the nose. Okay, so it looks straight. Again, I am making a the final touches to mark a little bit more the lips. And now this is the line that cut in half all the face. So at the same height of the edges of the lips and the nose, I am going to mark these 2 points, and I am going to start from there, opening with a straight line using my cutter like this, and from the other side just like this. Okay, to open the eyelids I am pushing with my Dresden like this and trying to mark a little bit on the bottom. That way you can mark the cheeks of your face, of your doll's face, only by making this movement. Look the angle, how it looks. It starts to looking more like a stylist. Okay, so now there's one thing that we have to make, only pushing fondant to the top to open the eye. Okay, you can cut the excess with the scissors also, or you can leave it like that. Okay, I'm going to cut a little bit like I told you, and now I'm going to smooth everything to make it look better. Look how I introduce the tip of my Dresden to make the eyeballs look more like round, like a real eye. And finally I am only trying to mark a little bit more the eyelids, just like that. And now I'm going to the other eye. This is another way that you can open the eye, by cutting with the cutter, okay, and taking away the excess. So this is another way that you can open the eye of your doll. I wanted to show you both techniques so you can take the one that you feel more comfortable to work with. Okay, so for this I am only trying to mark and open a little bit more the eye. I'm marking the eyelid, and by pushing the fondant I am trying to open a little bit more the eye. Okay, but they are 2 different ways to open the eyes. Okay, so now I am going to put my finger on the bottom and try to make the jaws of my doll on both sides with this silicone brush. It's only to mark the jaws of my doll. That way the cheekbones will look more like defined. Okay, you can also make it with the Dresden. Don't worry if you don't have a silicone brush. Okay, you can also do that with or make that with your Dresden, as you can see. So I just wanted to show you the both ways, in case that you have a silicone brush. But you can also make, as you can see, with the Dresden. Okay, I am only trying to make more the oval shape of the head, smoothing a little bit the forehead and to the both sides to make it look more like defined, just like this. You always have to check if something moves, again, try to fix it, because the fondant is still soft. You can work with the fondant, but you must make all these movements the fast way that you can, okay? Because any kind of dog, any fondant, any gum paste, any modeling paste dries, so you have to work this a little bit fast so you don't have any problems, okay, or wrinkles or anything that makes your face look like weird. Okay, now I just, as you could see with the Dresden, I am opening, or I am marking a little bit more the shape of the ears with my ball tool. I am only trying to make it more like more the shape of the, I don't know how to say, but I am trying to define more the ears. These are very basic ears because they will always, or most of the times, they will be covered with the hair, so there's no point, or you don't have to worry about make more defined or precise ears. Okay, so now I am coming back. I will come back to the mouth, and I will try to open a little bit more the lips so I can introduce white fondant, because I want my doll to smile, to have a more open her mouth, and that way you can make another kind of expression on your doll's face. So now we have a second expression that is with the mouth open like this. Just I am retouching all details, and I'm trying to opening a little bit more, and this is where I am going to put inside a pinch of white fondant. As you can see, I'm going to make that with my Dresden. I think it's too big. I'm going to cut a small piece like this, small one. Okay, that's it. I think now it's okay. So I'm pushing to put inside, and with the Dresden, can you see how I am putting the fondant inside? I am only pushing on both sides more than in the middle, because the shape of the teeth is round. That's how we get the round shape of the teeth or our doll, by pushing on both sides. Now I am going to cut with the cutter in the middle, just like that, and I am trying to mark every teeth of my doll. I hope you can see. That's how I make the teeth of my dolls. Again, I'm pressing or pushing back inside the lips, and now I have a smiling doll. Okay, from this point you can make a lot of different expressions on your dolls. You can open a little bit more the lips, the mouth, and make it more expressive. Now I am cutting and I'm taking away all this excess of fondant, but because I will not need all that fondant. It's only that if I leave that fondant there, the only thing that is going to happen is that my doll's head is going to be very, very heavy, and we are trying to make it very lightweight, so we had to cut all the excess. Now I am only trying to mark a little bit more the eyelids and open a little bit more the eyes. Okay, you have to check if you like the way it looks, your doll, leave it like that. If you don't like the way she looks, you can modify any part of the face until you get the desired expression on your doll's face. Okay, I am only marking like an angle, like this, like if it's a T, to mark where the eyebrows are going to be. Now with the tips, I am checking which one is better, and I am marking the iris to paint the iris of my doll's eyes. I am only retouching everything and checking that it's okay, it looks okay, and you will see how makeup is a miracle. Okay, so I have here different color dusts, and I'm going to start. I want my doll to have blue eyes. You can make green eyes, black or gray, or any color that you want or you like. I am only using alcohol, and I'm going to paint the iris of my doll's eyes, just like that. It's like a small drop of color dust and alcohol and circular movements. I am using a little bit more of alcohol to clarify or make more clear the center of the eyes of my doll. If you see, I am taking away excess from the center of the eye. So where I mark with the tip is going to be more like full of color, and in the center it's going to look more light. That's how I make the profound, the eyes looks more expressive. Okay, so now I am going to paint like this the eyelashes. Okay, this position of my doll is to avoid any mistake or to paint the white part of the eye. That's how I paint the eyelashes, and now I can paint on the outside. I can try to make more eyelashes. Okay, I don't really have a good pulse. My hands are always shaking, so I try to make the best that I can. Okay, so that's it. Now I am taking again black, and I'm going to only paint small dot in the center on the upper part of the iris, the pupil. Okay, now I'm going to change of color. This is pink and orange. I am mixing. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more and more alcohol so I can make a different color. If you have another color that you like, you can also use it. But sometimes I like to make these kind of mixtures. If you see, I am adding or I added a pinch of brown, so the color for the lips looks more like realistic. Okay, I am going to use more alcohol, and I'm going to try to paint the lips very with very or try to be very careful, because you can make mistakes and paint the teeth and it doesn't look good. So try to make that, take your time, make it slowly, so your doll's makeup look very good. Okay, now I am going to paint the more difficult thing, the eyebrows. I don't know why, but always I make one bigger than the other, or one more long than the other. That always happens to me. Okay, I am now painting a little bit or marking the eyelids with more alcohol than color dust. Okay, it's pink color dust, but with a lot of alcohol. I am only trying to mark the eyelids. You can also paint in another colors, so your doll looks more like she has eyeshadows or something like that. It's up to you. This is where you can make anything that you like to your dolls. Change the color of the eyes, or put some more dramatic makeup. So this is how it looks. Now I am going to add a dot of white color gel in each eye. Try to make it very small. If you make a big dot, don't worry, you can always take away the excess. Just clean your ball tool and take away the excess. Sorry, my camera is not focusing very well, but I hope you can see. I am taking away the excess of white, and it looks very nice. Okay, now the final touch. I am going to take with a bigger brush, a round brush. I am cleaning my brush only to check if it's the right color, because sometimes I take another brush and I just use another thing that I didn't wanted to use. I am mixing orange and pink again to make like a coral blush for my doll. Okay, you can either use red to make more intense blush for your doll. Now I'm making a test in that part. I see that it's okay. Now I am painting like this, trying to mark the cheekbones on both sides of my doll, and then I can paint the tip of the nose like this.
Hi, my name's Paul Bradford and welcome to Module 2, Sugar Paste Fondant Techniques. So the first thing you learn on Module 2 is all about the sugar paste fondants, the good things, the bad things and what to look out for to create absolutely fantastic cakes. So then I'm going to take you on to the next stage, and that's how to colour up your sugar paste stroke fondant. And then after that I'm going to take you on to how to paint on sugar paste, how to create a beautiful little yellow daisies with some leaves. And then we're going to move on to how to make a sugar rose. Now sugar roses are the classic rose on any wedding cake, birthday cake, celebration cake. You're going to love how easy it is to make these beautiful roses. I'm then going to show you how to make very simple punch flowers and punched leaves before then we move on to the actual cake itself. And within the cake I'm going to show you different techniques, how to make swags, how to make ruffles, how to do a fabric effect, and then to finish it off I'm going to show you how to make a fabric bow. As you can see, Module 2 is absolutely full of great techniques for any budding cake designer. So come on, let's get started.
And the chin. I think she looks okay. Now the contour, if you want to make it, you can also make it. Okay, it's going to have a hair, but sometimes if you add a little shadow on around the face, it looks more intense. I don't know how to express, but look, I think it's very good like this. So now we are going to connect the head to the body that we made in the last episode, in the episode number 5, the previous episode. So now I am going to cut a little bit of neck because I think it was too long, the neck of my doll. I am cutting only the excess, and maybe I will cut a little bit of wire. I think it's too long, but right now I am cutting with the scissors the excess of fondant or neck, and now I am going to check if it looks okay if I connect my doll's head there. I think it looks okay. That's why I love to work with wire, because if you can see, we can change the position of the head with no problem. I am cutting away the excess again of fondant, and you can smooth or difuminate the union between the neck and the head with a little bit of water and your silicone brush, or you can also make that with the Dresden. Okay, so I decided to make brown hair for my doll. You can use any color of your choice, of your preference, to make the hair of your doll. This is the first hairstyle. Okay, this is a bonus. I want to give you this. You will always put glue on the fondant, okay, before you attach to the head. Okay, I didn't use glue right now because I will show you different hairstyles. So now this is the first one. It was only a circle of brown, and as you can see, I am only covering from the bottom to the top, and in the front I put both sides together and try to make this pressure. Okay, I will cut a little bit of fondant because this is too much, and I will only twist the fondant or fold like this, so I can make a beautiful hairstyle for my doll. Okay, you can add more hair or anything, but I will leave it like that. If you see, it's very easy. I am only adding some texture with my Dresden. Okay, and your doll is going to look awesome, and the time that you will spend making the hair is going to be 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. If you can see, I am only trying to mark the texture of the hair like this. We have to go all around the head. I love this hairstyle for weddings, for the brides. I love it because I can put some garments like flowers or a tiara or something on the hair of my dolls, and they look beautiful and they look amazing. And it's a very easy way to make hair. So this is the first style. What do you think? She looks beautiful. Okay, and in no time we have a beautiful hairstyle for our dolls in only one step. And now I'm going to take away this this hair. Okay, and we will use it again. We will use that fondant again to make the second hairstyle. Okay, the only thing that I'm going to make is to press a little bit. I made a sausage, and then I press with my, or I extend a little bit the fondant in one side, and the other side I just decided to leave thick. And then I am going to check or measure how long I want this hairstyle. So I want her to look like me. Short hairstyle. So I am folding both sides. You can also cut the excess, but I just decided to fold. So the hair, the face of my doll looks okay. And I will make the same step that I did in the other hairstyle, in the first hairstyle. I will put together on the top of the head the fondant, and I will cut on the sides the excess to make it look more like round, like this. So now we are hairstylists. I love making all these because I have a lot of fun. Like if I were playing with dolls when I was little, I loved to make different hairstyles to my dolls. As you can see, I am only giving texture, and I am trying to follow different movement of the hair so it looks different. Look how I am making different lines like this, and that's how we get a new hairstyle for our dolls. Now I am marking from the bottom to the top like this. As you can see, you don't have to use a lot of fondant. It's very small amount of fondant, and you can have a beautiful hairstyle for your doll. Okay, and now the only thing that I did, if it was open a little bit more on the sides, like give it more movement, more wavy, and that's it. We have our second hairstyle. What do you think? First one or the second? Which one did you like the most? Okay, I'm going to remove this other one. I love this. Look how it looks. Okay, so let's go for the third one. everyone always asks me how can they or how I make long hair. There are a lot of different techniques and very great tips to make long hair. One that I like always, or that I use the most, is this one, because I always try to make very light weight the hair of my dolls. So I start like with this one, like a curtain. I don't know how to say, only to cover. I am marking this, giving it some texture, and now you will see what I am going to make with this. Okay, we can cut a little bit on the sides to make it look more with more movement, like this. And I'm going to mark in the other side, because sometimes you can see inside. Okay, so I am going to leave more like triangles, because I'm going to use them to finish the hairstyle for my doll, the hairdo. Sorry, the camera, I am fighting with my camera, sorry. Okay, so let me see if it's okay. Okay, I think it's okay now. Okay, so let's cut a few more triangles or stripes like this. This is only it's like the demonstration. You can always change a little bit the way that you make the hair, but I think these are very good options, and that's how I make different hairstyles for my dolls. So I'm going to start. Now I am going to use the glue so you can see. Okay, and I'm going to glue it or attach the hair on the back like this to cover, and I will try to give some wavy movement to all the ends of the hair that I made. Okay, I am only, let me see if you, okay, now you can see, sorry. Okay, I'm cutting a little bit more with the scissors to make more waves. You only have to twist and make a different movement for each part of the hair, like this. And as you can see, you don't need a lot of hair or fondant to make a beautiful long hair. Okay, now we are only trying to, or I am going to try to cover the top of the head with more fondant, and that this is where you have to check or start planning or checking the style that you want for your doll. Okay, I'm going to put this piece of fondant or this stripe like this, and I am adding a little bit more of texture because it's visible, and that's how I cover that part. And I'm going to add another one. Okay, like this. Look how easy it is. You only have to cut with scissors, and there you go, you have more waves for your hair doll. I am adding more texture because it's visible, and I am trying to twist the ends of each part so it looks more with more movement, more wavy, more beautiful. Okay, I'm going to cut this part, and I'm going to check if it's okay in here. I think it is. I'm going to add more texture, cut a little bit more with the scissors, just a little bit more like this. Yes, perfect. And now I can try to make the wave for this part of the hair. And I think that's very cute. It looks okay, it looks nice to me. You can add more if you want, but I think it's okay like this because we have already covered all the head and we didn't use a lot of fondant, and that's how we avoid the head to be very heavy, and sometimes that's why accidents happen, because it's too much weight for the body to hold when the head it's very heavy. Sometimes accidents happen that the head falls or the neck disappears, or many things happen. So I really suggest that you use less fondant, and you can achieve these beautiful hairstyles with less fondant. Okay, so this would be the third hairstyle for our doll. Now we have 3 different hairstyles for these beautiful dolls. You have 3 different options, and we are going now for the finally the 4th option. Okay, she was shopping all day and it's hot and she wants to hold her hair, so I'm going only to press a little bit like that, and I'm going to add a small strip of fuchsia fondant or pink fondant, dark pink, like she was holding her hair. And I'm going to cut these parts of the hair so I can make more defined ponytail for my doll. Okay, so I'm going to fold these both sides to make it look like it's all in the ponytail. What do you think? It was fast and it looks amazing. So these were some of my favorite techniques that I use the most. I really hope you have enjoyed. So this was the final episode number 6 of this first season of Sugar Dolls Factory. I hope you have enjoyed all the episodes, and again, thank you so much for all those beautiful messages and your pictures and everything. Keep practicing. Don't forget to make dolls when you can, so you can continue your practices and never forget the techniques I have showed you in these few episodes. Thank you so much, Paul and David, for this opportunity. This is Daniela Cabrera. So tell me, which one was your favorite hairstyle? I want to know. I want to read in your comments which hairstyle did you like the most. See you in the next season. So stay tuned and see you soon. Bye bye. Kisses.